Hey everybody, we're back. Part two, saving ancient Moundville. Can y'all hear us clear?
Hey, y'all let us know if y'all hear echo, if y'all hear us okay. We can make adjustments. Hey, y'all let us know if y'all hear echo, if y'all hear us okay. Adjustments.
Okay, I'm still waiting. Phoenix, can you hear us?
We're just testing out all the audio and everything. We're still mobile.
Okay,
We're gonna
we
make
have
it
echo
happen.
over here.
Okay, we got echo.
Let's see what we're gonna do. All right, nothing's on here. Let me check this over here one more time. Take it all the way down. Yes, I can bring the volume all the way down now.
That's your volume for the
I know, but I brought it down as far as I can bring it.
Just catching the echo.
they have to have it.
Is that better? Can you still catching the echo? I'm gonna test.
Okay. Okay, y'all, I'm getting better.
Is that coming through a little bit better?
What is it? I don't even have a mic on.
All right, if y'all can hear us okay, say okay, or if y'all still hear echo.
What you want to get one? The shirt? Is it the shirt you want one of? Okay, you got a serious echo.
Turn your volume off on yours.
My volume's off on my computer.
I don't know. I don't even have sound on the phone.
I got everything on mute, even my
Yep.
audio's off on my computer.
I can't figure it out. I'm on you.
That's going bad.
Okay. Y'all, let's get through this. I don't know what it is. It's not us. We're trying to do this right. Oh, that's not right. That's okay. Are we sounding a little better? Okay, sure. Take that camera. Can you come back some? Little adjustments. Okay, somebody said it's echo.
It is.
Okay, what is it doing now? Is it better? I'm waiting for somebody to let us know.
Did it change? Is that any better right there?
Still echoing. Okay, what could it be? Okay, I know Fred says a little better.
Okay, now let's test that now. Is that a little better?
Keep talking. Okay, I'm doing it. Somebody say still echoing. Then somebody say no, it's better. Okay, it's not as bad now. It's a little better. Yes, better. Okay, welcome everyone. Yes. Make sure y'all share. Okay. The live. Okay. All right, they say we better now. Okay, so we have to back the camera up a little bit. Much better. Okay, we'll go with that one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Voice is normal now. Okay, so we gotta keep that farther back whenever we're doing. All right, good evening, y'all. We're back. We promised to do a part two. We here with part two. For those of you who wasn't with us on part one, I have a special guest, Ishmael. He's not talking to us from wherever he was, and I was wherever I was. We sitting in the room together. So that's an honor. And the way y'all love Ishmael and we all love Ishmael, I know y'all glad he's here representing everybody that couldn't make it. All right, now there's somebody gonna say, well, Chief, why you didn't tell us you were going to Moundville? Okay, I'm gonna answer that one. Because I didn't want the nuts to come to Moundville and mess up what we were trying to do. Y'all know our mind is truth, man. I always like to tell you the truth. You know, you got these crazy people out there. Whenever somebody say they doing something, they come with some doggone feathers and some words that you don't know what they saying and just mess everything up. I wanted to keep it serious. So we have Ishmael here with us. For those who were not in part one, please hit the like button and please reach out and tell people this is a show that they have never seen before. They're going to find out some information. We have our very own person who's online digging into stuff to verify stuff. And then you know Phoenix is online. Hey Phoenix. And you know she really going to just get this open. When she find out what we dropping tonight, she's going to have to go get the whole thing. She's going to mess up and have a whole Ishmael grocery list, okay? So you and J-Mar get ready.
Right.
You know, because she's going to break it down to the quarter cut.
The grocery list, the laundry list, and everything in between.
So we're bringing you a dish. This is a gumbo, for real. Yeah. But the gumbo, we understand about it and the ingredients. But we coming back with the side orders and stuff.
Right.
And y'all, we out here with the food wagon. See, we not in the studio. We running the chuck wagon right now. So we got two sides to this chuck wagon. We'll serve you at both windows, either side. It doesn't matter. All right. So send us some love. Get the numbers up. And if y'all really understand what we're trying to do, it's not about all of this stuff, Ishmael, where people are sitting out talking about who is an Indian. They're fighting and battling over who more Indian than the other, especially when their skin is out of color.
Yeah.
A lot of them need to learn before they try to lead.
Understood.
If you don't know the base of something, that root, you gonna make some of that gumbo that
yeah, the eggplant and the sweet potato.
Yeah. Something that we don't want.
Right.
You came down to cook up this gumbo and we getting the side orders, the dessert, and everything out there. But what they don't understand, we're gonna take this thing and break it down to a grocery list.
Right.
So they can go word for word, place for place. And if you want to, come on to Moundville and see. But what we're doing here tonight, and today we wanted to get y'all out there in the mounds, make y'all feel a little blessed like we were feeling. I hope y'all loved what y'all saw today. That was just a touch of it. But what's more important is why would Ishmael make a trip to Moundville? And what did he see? And then I'm going to come back and let you know what we're going to do about it. But early today, and I'm not going to go all the way into early today because you can go back to part one. I just want to pick a piece up out of there before the weather started getting bad.
Right.
We were talking about identifying as black or white or whatever, and both sides is stealing something.
Yes.
And I said in part one that we are people of color who are doing just as much damage as the tribes that been recognized by the government.
I see it, right.
And I'm gonna say recognized by the government because we got to back to Woodrow Wilson who played a part in this job.
Right.
We got to go back to even Theodore Roosevelt.
Right.
Played a part in
Franklin
this.
Delano Roosevelt too.
That's right.
You see that?
And then we're gonna go all the way down to who put the oomph in it.
Yeah.
And then that'll be Nixon
Mm-hmm.
with his reconstruction and reorganizing of the tribes.
Right.
So that could be like the icing on the cake right there.
Understood.
But it took other things to make that cake. And we can go back, like I said, to Woodrow Wilson with the birth of a new nation.
Right.
What was that new nation? Ishmael, I wonder, you know, and so I started digging.
Right.
I wanted to see, he had been more than about Ku Klux Klans.
Right.
Why did he choose the word nation? So I began digging. This was before the internet. And I ran into something. Woodrow Wilson actually indoctrinated the colleges under his literature.
Uh-huh.
Okay? A lot of people don't understand that. And a lot of that stuff now is being pulled out of universities.
Right. He was sanctioning a lot of stuff that's just starting to come to the surface of getting taken care of.
But we know he was a major
Right.
point. And so whitewashing didn't just start. It started way back then. And then you come up a little point on Woodrow Wilson and you say, well, okay, but the Klans was after people of color.
Yes.
That's when the pictures start to show it. Y'all with me? He wasn't after, by the end they were called colored people.
Yes.
So if he start indoctrinating the colleges to manufacture material to put us in the mess we still in today. We're the only people that have been sanctioned by the government to not have a corner nowhere in America or the world.
Yes.
And America has been, much as we love it, been faithful for it, fought for it, still love it, and still fighting for it.
Right.
It has been our biggest abuser. It's like one of these abusive marriage. And he said in abusive marriages, sometimes the woman don't want to leave because she don't have nowhere to go. Or he said sometimes she want to stay just because she don't want her children to be fatherless.
Right. There's a security involved. Right.
I think we are victims of that. We've been abused,
Right.
misused. But whenever we are needed, it's just like that woman. She gonna cook that meal every day for that man.
Right. Right.
We have cooked for America. We have cleaned for America. We have fought for America. But America have never looked our way. They would just give us orders, do this and do that. So that bothers me that every group can get a law that really protects them.
Right.
But not us.
To become a protected class. Right.
But we're not. We can't talk about people without getting erased from the, should I use the word blocked from media or getting tagged with bad labels, anti-this. Well, who been anti-black, anti-Negro, anti-colored? But the laws was put there, but we don't benefit.
Right. Right.
And so it make you have to look into the government paperwork.
You do.
To see how we have the first civil rights bill. See, everybody don't look at the civil rights bill 100 years before the next one.
Gotcha.
See, that was the civil rights bill in 1865. Then we come back with another civil rights bill, 1965. How do we have to come back and fight for our civil rights?
Right. Right.
If that first law should have took care of it.
Right.
100 years later, we still fighting.
Yeah, and who's reaping the benefits of the civil rights, I mean, there's
That's what we had. That's what we had.
populations who have written
Are y'all with us right here? Let me see if y'all with us. Y'all understand where we coming from here? See, because somebody been benefiting
Right, right.
off the cooking, the cleaning,
Right.
the fighting.
Yeah, they've been eating some good meals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we gotta go. We gotta take our audience to who is eating the food,
Right.
but they didn't farm it, didn't cook it, they didn't even pick it.
No.
Okay, well we're gonna get a little deep in there. Come on, y'all. Y'all like where we're going with this? If you haven't hit like button, please hit it. Cause you see, we going on in there. I'm taking it slow. All right. The reason I'm taking this slow is because we've been the people that attacks the people that's trying to tell the truth.
Right, right.
And then they'll tell us, well, the Democrats, the Republicans. Well, both of them parties then kicked our butts.
Yes, they have.
Both parties have benefited. You had two benefited. When we vote for a Democrat, that politician benefit because he get the income and the security that come from that office that we just put it in.
Sure.
And most of them use that office to gain more wealth and riches. We see that.
And realistically, the Democrats just, they take us for granted. They know that they can show up about the third to fourth year right before they're about to get, reelected, come show up at a church.
And promise us something.
There you go. Eat
I ain't say
a
give us
dinner
that.
in front of us, kiss a few babies, and
Catch a few bar runs, do a couple of beers, and
they do. They all want to,
go.
and then they get the vote. Right.
All right. And then they come back with our own black leadership and media people that's black that says, you know, you got to stick with the Democrat.
Correct.
Well, I'm not here to tell you to stick with the Democrat. And I have registered tons of Democrats in my lifetime, sure, thousands. But I have a problem with them.
Yes.
They benefited off that table that we worked on.
They have indeed.
And they haven't came back
No.
and gave us nothing.
No.
You know what they did? They actually we got them up on their feet. Well, we fattened them, like the old people say.
Absolutely.
Taught them how to do some stuff. They went and fed somebody else.
They most certainly did.
And they still
Bypassed us.
doing it.
Absolutely. Catered to other populations, bypassing us as if we weren't visible.
We fought for the Civil Rights Bill. We ended up serving Africa.
Right. But it was our people that was getting bit by the dogs.
I haven't heard that kind of focus from the Democrat come back. Now I know somebody out there say, "Oh, she's stuck on the Democrats." No, Republicans coming. Remember, I talked about Nixon. Neither one of them. Now the Republican Party, we was with them first. Before we decided, when Fannie Lou Hamer went to the Democratic Convention, you know, before Fannie Lou Hamer said, "I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired."
That's right.
Well, you know, right now, Chief Warhorse is sick and tired of being sick and tired. So the last time a black woman got sick and tired, everybody moved from the Republican Party to the Democratic Party.
Right.
Well, Fannie Lou Hamer not here, but I am.
Yes.
I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Absolutely.
So let's go to who she left from. She left from the Republican Party.
Right.
Some of the people down because they was in the Republican, that was the only place black folks could vote, was under the Republican Party, because the Democratic Party was connected to the Dixiecrats.
Yes.
And the Dixiecrat is a way of saying Democrat nicely.
Right.
Or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
But these were the Confederates.
Right.
These were the people that fought against the United States. These were the people our ancestors went and fought against for America. And then when you do research, you find that we supported the Democrats. When we supported the Dixiecrats. When we supported the Democrats. And when we supported the Republicans. Why? They're the same two people.
Same two people.
Just like France, Spain, and Britain. Them kinfolks. And every war they started on their side and the other country on the other side, they brought it here. Right. And then we pick it up as our personal issue. And they come around when it's election time, like you say, at 9th hour.
Right.
And they say something like, "We've been here for you." I remember Biden saying when he was running, if you didn't vote for him, you wasn't black.
Right.
But then nobody wanted to turn the page when he was talking about there was enough niggas up in there and he wanted to cheer about school. Why we won't go back to that?
And now they just put the boogeyman in front of you. If you don't vote for us, you know what those Republicans are going to do. So now they just put the fear factor. They've even stopped even promising you things. So they weren't going to keep their promise. They stopped promising you things. Now they just put fear out there. They try to force you to the lesser of two evils. That's what they try to,
I don't know which one is the less.
Right.
I'm hurting no matter which one goes.
Correct.
I've had 63 years of dancing backs and forth from one party to the next. And we're going to just about hit another 100 years.
Yes.
And we still going to be fighting for our civil rights and human rights in America. But this is election year, guys. We're going to have to pick somebody. And we can't think ignorant like people getting radicalized. Don't get radicalized. We fighting radicalized people. That's what got us in this mess. We've been the peacemakers of this whole thing. We're the civil rights people that won the rights that even white women and the Hispanic people and the Jews and everybody else. But what they do, we get a gag order.
Right.
I don't know in my research, and if anybody out here thinks, if you can help me, Mr. Waldo, I want to ask a question. What Indian chief from Oklahoma is known for fighting for civil rights for all people? Every time I hear somebody fight, this is me. They fighting about each one of them different group. If they got 39 tribes, they fighting for 39 different tribes. They ain't even fighting for each of them to come together as 39.
Right.
I don't think America would be where it is, and I don't think white women would be where they would be, or the Hispanic, or the Jews, or the Irish, or the Italian,
Right.
or a person that's fighting for just their own little group. We always fought for everybody to be equal.
And you know that the facts are that they weren't well established because when it was the Porch Creek Indians, when their
Phoenix say
children,
none.
when the Porch Creek Indians children were being discriminated and not allowed on the bus, it was the Porch Creek Indians of Alabama, right where we're at. They contacted Dr. King to come and speak on their behalf in the 50s.
Come on, say it again. Say it again.
Yeah, the Porch Creek Indians called Dr. Martin Luther King to come and speak on their behalf when their children weren't allowed to ride on the buses.
So
they
where
didn't
is
have anyone
these
in their
people
population.
gonna come help in the community of color?
That's correct.
Because they keep riding our gravy train.
That's correct.
Okay?
When they were in need, we were there for them.
But now we too dark for them.
Right.
Okay.
And we're going to show that.
Oh, we're gonna show them.
Right.
We're too dark for them. I wanna get a little messy. When I say messy, y'all, it's good messy. We have been misidentified and pushed through political, religious. When I say religious, yes, preacher, y'all better go see what Oliver Howard was about. You know, this was a soldier who founded the Freedmen's Bureau.
Right.
But he also was a person who helped remove Indians.
Yes.
All right? He also was a person who really didn't want to help blacks.
No, Oliver Howard. That's of Howard University.
Of Howard University.
Gotcha. Okay.
So he also put together the structure of the religious way of people of color to learn.
And he used to run the Freedmen's Bureau.
Yeah, he was the founder. Founder of the Freedmen's Bureau.
Okay.
So we're gonna drop these names. Now if y'all smart, y'all go back and really listen to these shows. Take these little recipe pieces. Go out and find where you find the rest of the stuff that you need so you can get your own junk cooking. Okay? Stop depending on fast food. Sometimes you gotta get in there.
That was some little Cajun pepper right there y'all just caught.
Okay, so yeah, we got some lazy cooks.
Yeah.
Now they made us more lazy. You get delivered to the door. That's even worse. Okay, you know they're gonna call DoorDash. And hey y'all, I might have to go DoorDash to buy some more cameras. So if y'all want to stay lazy, call Chief. I'll deliver it. Pay and tip right. I'll deliver it. That's crazy. So these are the things they tell you is convenience. Well, just like we down DoorDash, pay 10 times more than what it's worth not to leave out the house. Well, this is what's happening on the internet. They're getting DoorDash.
Right.
You are getting some good stuff from the restaurant you want, but you don't even know how to get up and go get it for yourself. You're paying too much for the product that you could get. If you just exercise a little and get in the car, walk or something. This is what they take advantage of us with. So, instant food, microwavable, comes out your universities and your churches.
Yes.
I hate to put it that way, but that's where you get fast food.
Yes.
Because they say, just the pastor said,
Mm-hmm.
the university has something that's called a professor. Y'all to hear me. I have a habit, Noreen over there, she know where I'm fixing to go. Ishmael, we gotta teach our people to watch certain dangerous words. Okay?
Yes.
P words. Come on, y'all, we're gonna do a game here. The people that's in charge, Ishmael, is normally a preacher,
Yes.
a principal,
Mm-hmm.
a professor,
Gotcha.
a physician. Come on, y'all, let's get it. There you go, police, parole officer. Come on,
Politician.
politician,
Mm-hmm.
prosecutor. Come on, let's get some P words going on here, y'all. Up, that's him. Pope. That came from the Catholic community just now. The Pope.
The plaintiffs.
There you go. Y'all hear this? I don't see y'all say it. Say the P word, so I know y'all getting them. Put them words up there, what we call them. So somebody can come back, or the children can come back and say, you know what? We need to check these P's out.
Mm-hmm. Start with the president.
Somebody say Patsy.
Patsy.
That might be what we can call them. Yep, a pimp. Come on.
Pimp.
Come on, let's do this word game. Come on. And we want to leave these words on here.
We know who prostituting.
Yeah.
Ishmael say prostituting. Somebody say private parts. Okay. Somebody laughing. This ain't no joke. I take it where I'm taking it. The principal has the authority over the school to say what go. Yeah, perpetrators.
Yeah.
Come on. Call them out, y'all. Let me give them. You heard that word, power. You gotta watch that word. That's a tricky word. Power. Power in the wrong, going into the wrong direction becomes a negative, huh?
Professional.
Postmaster. He controls who can get mail or not. And even though you bought that mailbox, it belonged to the United States Post Office.
Right.
I don't see nothing y'all getting good at these P's in our favor. Professional. Powwow. Yes, that's a good one. That's not good. Because powwow is supposed to be the meeting of the mind. They'd have made powwow something where they run around in a circle, hooping, hollering, and jumping and looking stupid. So, watch them P words.
They know about performers.
They all, Ishmael say performers. Prisoners. Prison. Press secretary. President. Come on. Put them P words on here as we go on. Because these are the people in, listen, what she used up here, in power.
Yes.
Wherever they are at, the P person is in power. Patrol officer. Come on. Now, I normally take my people through this in the tribe for a reason. The P words been holding us back.
Understood.
And neither one of the political party starts with a P. All of them hide under this word, politician.
Right.
Now, the subtitle to politician is Democrat, Republican, and Independent. And we didn't split, but we all in the same game. Do y'all understand? So they play with us at the time. Yep, a predator. Y'all coming up with some words. And then when you see these words you're coming up with, let me tell you what these words mean. The people that took our place use these P words against us. Now it's time we use a P word. You want to give it to you? We are pissed off.
Right.
Do y'all get what I just said? We are now pissed off. Somebody put a P at the end of Trump. I think that's true. But anyway, wherever that P is, but we got to get a P word. Is what I'm saying. They got P words. Look at that, Pocahontas. Poha. Okay, y'all get it. Pandemic. That's I've been waiting on to see that one. I was going to see just how long it was going to take when that pandemic jump up.
Yes.
Now look at all the P words y'all put on there. And you left out another one because I want to move on. Put the word paint. Paint. That's a P word that's dangerous. Paint. Because with paint, there you go, Phoenix. Phoenix knew I wanted to see that when she said Paramount. That's it. See, now y'all giving them words, and then we can move Philadelphia. Okay, what happened in Philadelphia? Isn't that where the Catholic Church first came in and started messing up some stuff? Now, y'all keep doing it. But you see that word paint is how they whitewash up. Yeah, I see paper finally coming up. Now, let me see who name we can put to this. I already named a couple of them. Yep, the Pope was there. Let's go to Paramount. I want somebody to tell me who owned Paramount by race. What race owned Paramount? I'm going to show you the guilty persons. Another P word, y'all. Persons. There you go. Who is this? Thank you. There you go. There you go. Now I'm seeing Jews and Jewish. That's what I'm saying. But now, how we get a law that if you say something about Jews, you anti-Semitic when they whitewashed us in the movie?
Right.
I wish they said I'm anti-Semitic. I'm gonna go pull all the movies with Betty Boo and all that junk out. Come Phoenix. And who did the Western pictures and made money portraying the Indians as wild savages?
Certainly.
Who portrayed the color of the Indians that we saw on these pictures?
Right.
So the Indians got whitewashed in the movie industry. And you're gonna say and accuse people of being anti-Semitic.
Right.
Well, I stand and say they anti-black, anti-colored, anti-Indian. So we both can say it. Because you have to go to court and there's two sides. Somebody accuse you, you got the lawyer there for both sides to see who is wrong and who is right. We need a case to see who wrong and who right. And we gotta stop saying the white folks did everything because the Jews wasn't considered white.
Right.
They have to fight to become recognized as white. They tried in New York, it didn't work. It wasn't until they got to California and built their wealth off the movie industry, portraying black people as watermelon eating, seed spitting suckers.
Yes.
And portrayed the Indians as dumb and ignorant. But that means you anti-black and you were anti-Indian. But we can't say anything because people are scared. Well, you done took everything from this Indian. I'm fighting now for survival. And survival is like this. We gonna just have to go knuckle to knuckle out here on the truth. So, if I'm accused of being anti-Semitic, I want to be able to follow a suit on the past, on who portrayed us. Now, y'all talking about reparation. There go your reparation on who painted you the way you are. Stop worrying about America getting reparation because America broke. America money. Yeah, pilgrims, America money came from the misuse of America by people who came to America.
Yes.
You want me to say that again for y'all? Yeah, pretend. Yeah, they've been pretending a long time, American Indian. I'm going to say this. We need to call it to the carpet. Up until Nixon, the people who say they're Indians now were white people on paper. You know why they were white people? There was only two colors in the box. He was either black or white. Because they had made it illegal for you to be an Indian.
Right.
And Mr. Waldo, I see you on here. Y'all came back out of being eliminated and terminated. Y'all come back out, they want to tell you you're a freedman, but the white people came back out and they all of a sudden say they the Indians. Now, I wouldn't have no problem with it, Ishmael, but they starting to come off the reservation and dip into business out here.
Right. Right. They done stepped outside of their neighborhood.
We can't say nothing in Oklahoma.
Right.
What you doing out here?
Right.
Now, what we got to get down to, Ishmael, with them is, how did they get in there? They got in there because they agreed. And now they sing that, pull me, we went on the trail of tears. Well, who went on them boats? Who went on those wagon trains? Who went on those trains on the track?
Right.
If everybody walked the Trail of Tears. That jump was pushed more by the entertainment world.
Yes.
The movie industry became billionaires and trillionaires off of those stories.
It's a ready-made storyline.
But also we need to look at, and I'm saying this because y'all need to look at this out there in America. How many of us have ever thought about suing the movie industry for the way that they have portrayed us as people of color as a class action suit? Do y'all hear what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So stop fighting each other and let's come together. Boy, y'all getting some P words out here. Problematic. There you go. We need to be looking at the real person you need to sue. Okay? The cowboy and Indian picture was one of the most major things pushed, like crack cocaine.
Yes.
And it was addictive. The old people, the children began to run around with guns, and that's another thing we can also make the movie industry. They did it to the cigarette companies. Come on, y'all. Chief's gonna teach you this week.
Yeah, they did.
They said the cigarettes cause cancer. And we say guns is killing people. Now, who promoted guns through the cowboy western pictures was the movie industry. So they should have some liability for using all of these cowboy and Indian pictures, and they're moving into the gangster pictures and the drugs. They made these things through the media
Right.
look good and cool. Are y'all with me out there? If y'all like what I'm talking about, send me some love. Send me experience some love. Because I'm walking down the road by myself, me and Ishmael.
Right.
And y'all is not going to push us down the road and don't come with us. Some of y'all already don't have y'all real name on here. Come on now. It's my
Thank
name
you
on
for the
here.
90 plus that's checking us out live right now. We got the thumbs up. Y'all doing a great job.
Tell them people we still coming. Tell them. They heard Ishmael. We getting some love.
That's right. That's right.
We want them to know we ain't out here by ourselves. Look at that. I see you, baby. I see you. You know where I'm coming from.
We're getting bigger and bigger. We feel y'all right now.
Yeah. Because when I'm fixing to go, when you out there, you my daughter, you know where I'm fixing to go, don't you? I'm going. When I got y'all putting these P words out there. Okay? Pedophiles and all of this stuff. Look at this stuff on there.
Yeah, pornography, all of that stuff. All the exploitation. What we're talking about is, what Chief is talking about right now is, people have their viewpoints, and then they will
there you
try to
go.
compare it to
That was
our
a word
viewpoints.
y'all never put up there, producer.
But the difference of that is positions of power.
Come on now.
If I have a viewpoint of something, I'm not in a position of power in order to impose my will on them.
Miss Waldo say, wait, y'all gotta do this. Miss Waldo say, this is my name, and I ain't scared to use it. That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Waldo. Now put our name where our mouth is.
Absolutely. Others have been in positions of power to impose their prejudicial viewpoints on us. So they've used the politicians, they've used their positions, the education, the legal systems, the various things in order to push forward their prejudices. So it's prejudice plus power is what equals racism, not just a viewpoint.
So, I got one for y'all. Parenthood. Planned Parenthood. Yeah, get all that on there. Planned Parenthood. Put it on there. They said yes, Ishmael. That was Davida. She said yes. Okay, producer. Music and movies. You were correct up there. Both of them. They controlled it. The projects was controlled by the government.
Yep.
Y'all can find out Chief ain't dumb. Now get them P words.
Poison.
Poison, they say. Put poison on. Oh, poison is on there. Sunflower head, you just put it, Cheryl. Poison is on there. Let me tell y'all something. I'm trying to get y'all to see, okay, it's really got Planned Parenthood is on there. Because you're going to come back to this list. Y'all know that, Petty wagon, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Plantations. Yep.
All right, did you put patrol? Like patrol officers.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that, back in the days they had patrol officers. That was one of the first line of policing.
Yeah.
People to patrol the area to catch they call slaves and
Slave
bring
patrol.
them back.
The badge that says slave patrol.
Slave patrol. So y'all can put slave patrol also. Yep, parrot is a good one. Parasite. That telephone do belong on there for real. That junk can get you in trouble. Petroleum. Yeah, they got rich off us with the petroleum. Got paper. Yeah, like paper genocide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Physicians, when the people want to use us for body parts and everything. There you go. Paper genocide just went in police. Now, I'm not telling you to put these words on here because I'm making this up. You go to your dictionary and see what these words mean.
Right.
Yeah, penny. You saw that penny was brown, didn't you? That penny sure wasn't silver.
Passing, yes.
Okay? So, what I'm trying to tell y'all is this. They have taken words like these and controlled us and make us paranoid.
Paranoid.
Okay? Y'all heard what I said? Huh? Did paranoid get on there yet? And then when you get paranoid, you get what? Paralyzed. So people worried about learning the Indian language. No. Learn the language that has been used against you.
Right.
Learning the language I speak Choctaw, it ain't gonna help correct. There you go. Did y'all put polls on there? Yep. So you gotta go to the polls. The vote. Posse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm showing y'all and y'all getting it. And we got a lot of more word games and letters we need to use, but these here are important for where we're at now. Yes, partner. Pain. Yeah. It's hard to associate good stuff with that peace. Something wrong with that.
Right.
Have y'all thought about it? Prejudice.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got prejudice on me?
Sister Nikki put in there plagiarism. Last week I posted up about how Roots was plagiarized.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
I gave the names and the court dates and the links on there because that put forward an image
Packing.
of something that had to be, we're still affected by it.
And what was it used to? The movie industry.
Yes.
So if we start talking about the abuse of people of color and suing the richest thing in the world, which is the movie and music industry, for the music and the movies that have caused all these mass murders in America over the years, physically, spiritually, and mentally. Did y'all hear me?
You may
Do what?
you may want to know what it is we'll see today.
Okay, we're getting there.
We didn't name.
That's why we want people to see. He saw.
Yeah.
Okay? We got to see even before we see. What I mean is, you're going to have to want to come see for yourself how we're being portrayed.
That piece, but
Okay?
Yes.
But, Amy, I got to get to this part because we got to get to the part where they use gag orders on us in America right now. And other people is taking not only just our civil rights and human rights, they're taking our historical rights.
Historical rights. Gag orders.
Gag orders. If you say something and you have some kind of position in this country and you say something about the Jewish people, something that belongs to anybody that's Christian reading. But if you say something about it's wrong, it's like you used to couldn't say nothing about the preacher because they said you can't say nothing about the preacher bad.
Right.
Can't say nothing about the Pope. Now we can't say nothing about the Jews.
Right.
Why not?
Protected class.
Now I can see if you say and go hurt these people.
Right.
That's criminal.
That's correct.
And I'll be the first one in line
Right.
to say, I'm gonna use Trump word, they didn't use that type. Lock them up. Lock them up. Well, okay. You see Trump sung that song, Lock 'em Up, and he got to lock 'em up. That's why I'm not gonna just point my finger without facts.
Yes.
And if your house is glass, don't pitch stones.
Yes.
So these people been pitching stones way before we did.
Right.
Now why you gonna put a gag on me when I find out it was you pitching that brick through the back door?
It seemed like they was trying to stop you and your camera crew today.
You saw we was having a little problem.
Yeah, it seemed like they was trying to put some obstacles. You want to describe a little bit of a groundwork or some of the
Do we have a
obstacles?
P word for that one? Let me see. I did have a word for him. I'll get it later. I gotta think of what it was. But I'll move on. I had strategy. What he's talking about, guys, and y'all got these P words, I want y'all to learn them. Yeah, pal. When we got here today, we found out something, and I was wondering what was going on, and I don't want to put certain people on the line yet for their job, but other people don't care. I don't. But I got here and I found out that since the last time I was here, there were some changes made, and it was made by the professors at the universities. See, now that's another thing we gotta watch. These universities with these professors. See, every P have a place to play.
Yes.
Y'all heard what I said? So professors play at universities. And they have the power to alter stuff.
Right.
So they said that no longer they're allowing people to video, take pictures, or do anything. Well, y'all know Chief Warhorse. I don't listen too good when it's about you trying to block me from the truth. Now, don't get me wrong, it was not the people at the place. Let me tell you, the most adorable team of people you want to see is the people that works for Moundville. The staff is dynamic. I'm telling y'all.
What Chief is explaining is the policies. Go ahead.
That's it, the policy. That was the word I was, that was it. Policies change. And the policy is a tourist cannot take pictures, video, or they use the word record by law of the university professors. Policy. What is they hiding? Well, Ishmael was good to be here because he was able to see. He gonna share a little bit with y'all what they trying to hide. Because Chief Warhorse is exposing some stuff. We've been hollering Moundville a long time, y'all know out there on the internet. So it's like, well, we gotta stop it. So what they did, they get in cahoots with certain entertainers,
Right.
certain tribes that had to regain their status through Nixon to become an Indian.
Right.
Because they was white people.
Yes.
They was white when white was cool and profitable.
Right.
Profitable. Profit. So wherever it's profitable, certain races move.
Yes.
Now, what he's telling you is, now the university and the Indian tribes is fighting over Moundville.
Listen close.
Y'all want me to repeat it again? They are fighting over Moundville. Yep, preference. Now, somebody say Peter Cottontail and Peter Rabbit. Precious. Okay, don't let anybody call your children precious. They beautiful, gorgeous, but not precious. I ain't gonna stop laughing. I know you heard me. But let me explain something to you. Are we gonna sit down and let them take away Ishmael, the last piece? Didn't you see a good piece of evidence today to prove the Indians of America?
Right.
Especially West Florida.
Right.
And now they're trying to take that.
Uh-huh.
While other people on here fighting stupid fights. I'm just calling what it is, stupid.
Sure.
Because they can keep pulling these books and pictures and putting them out there and saying who got the most this and get all the hits they want, and they letting them do that.
Right.
While they getting that done, they like, wait a minute, we got one more corner. So I'm going to call the name. Ishmael got a chance to see Tom Maitland's friend when he got to the museum.
Right.
Did y'all hear that? So he ran into some sweet potato. Yeah, pigs. They pick who they want to be the Indian. Listen, he ran into Tom Maitland's friend, serving up sweet potato and eggplant in the gumbo.
Right.
Y'all hear what I'm saying? So I'm going to just ease quiet for a minute. Now, the man that he ran into, I'd rather both of us say. So, both his audience and my audience. But here come from us. Yeah, I see them sweet potatoes moving up there with the eggplant. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody put the sweet potatoes and eggplants in there.
Yeah.
And thank you for the 104 that's watching, or the 104 plus. We want to thank y'all. Continue the thumbs up and share, because now we're about to get into it. We're to lay the foundation, and now it's time to start eating the meal.
And we over 100, so it's time. He said, get them sweet potatoes. And there they come, Israel. They take them to you. There they go, y'all. Sweet potatoes and eggplants. That's what he ran into today. So I'm going to let Ishmael go into what he experienced. I done told y'all about my days and time were coming. But I want y'all to hear it from Ishmael first. I'm not hiding. Oh, yeah, that was sweet potato. He's going to deliver it to you. Because my kids grew up coming here. Ishmael saw it. I looked at Ishmael, I'm going to tell y'all what. I looked at him and I saw tears in his eyes coming out that back. He had to come out. But what was bad about it, his fiber came out. And I looked at two strong men. Percy got out of there with his little car like a little jet. And he was like, it's time to get up out of here. Ain't nothing in me, ain't nothing in here. So I'm going to let Ishmael tell y'all what he saw today. And I'll come back. Yeah, proclamation and punctuations and everything else, put all that together. So I'm going to turn the floor over to Ishmael so he can tell y'all what he witnessed today. That we need to stop playing games on the internet and let's get this junk moving right. Ishmael, I I wish I could have told you it was gonna be a party, but I did promise you this. It was gonna be something worth seeing.
You did lay a proper disclaimer, and I appreciate that. You did actually, you set the tone of what I was supposed to expect without tipping your hand on what I was going to expect, and it was still beyond what I was already prepared, and it was even more than that.
Well, since you're the special guest to this, tell them what you witnessed for the public.
Okay. We may need to make some adjustments on the audio because I have to share my screen. So we're going to try to work through this, family. Just be patient with us. Let us know if you're able to hear a little bit, decent. But I'm going to go in and start sharing my screen of what I was able to see. And I'll give you my perspective. So just be patient with us right quick. One moment. All right, and I should be able to see my screen soon, but can y'all hear me okay? Just make sure the audio is okay. What I was able to see. This is a part of the presentation what we have here. This is an image. What we were able to see in the old section. Remember I was talking earlier in part 1? It was kind of broken down as an Old Testament and a New Testament. This is the Old Testament part. You see how this person right here, this picture is from the actual bone.
Okay, you're not hearing us too good, nigga.
Just talk towards there.
He said, look at the computer, Mike. Print us the computer, Mike. Sounds good.
Can I tell you?
Let's see.
My laptop's already broken. Is that better? Is that better?
We coming.
Did that go down a little bit? No sound. Hold on. Can y'all hear me okay? Is it echoing?
They say we can't. They say it's in laptop.
Is that? Can y'all hear me okay? Or is it echoing?
Okay, y'all, I don't know what it is. It ain't nothing we doing. Okay.
Say something.
Can y'all hear me?
Can y'all hear us okay?
Is better? Somebody say
Still echoing? Okay. Well, I'm not sure what else we can turn down.
It says volume is good. It's just the echo.
Okay, the volume is good. It's just the echo.
All right, y'all.
Is your phone down?
My phone is all the way down.
Your phone's all the way down? Okay.
Still echo. I'm not getting that part, y'all.
I don't know, is that better? No. I don't see that.
Okay.
All right, how about that?
It's better.
Is that okay?
Is it still echoing?
See, you sound better. See, echo from my truck. I don't even have that echo. I took them all off. Am I still echoing? Okay.
Okay. So
You go ahead.
all right.
I will stay quiet.
So if y'all can hear me, okay, this is what I was able to observe as a part of the original part of the location. Now, this location here is right off the Tuscaloosa River, and it's not in a climate-controlled environment. Y'all hear me okay?
How can you ask me? I'm not, I don't have my phone on. I don't have my mic on. I'm just sitting. All I have on my phone is the charge. I'm taking that too. Okay, so turn the speaker down on the computer. Mine is down on the. I don't have nothing up. They say they still getting the echo. We don't.
It's
They
still
can
getting
hear
echo.
us. No, they could be wrong.
Is it still echoing? Is that better?
You did mute the computer mic.
Is it still echoing?
Okay. That's what they say. They say if they mute yours and come here, they can see you. All right, I'm fixing to do that. I got what y'all saying. You did it?
Is that better now? Can y'all hear me better? Is that better?
Okay, my mic up over there.
All right.
Tell me if they say it's better.
Can y'all? Is that a little bit better? Can y'all hear a little better now?
Yeah, it's working.
Working? Whew. Thank you for finding out, fella. All right.
Okay, so y'all can hear me okay then?
Oh, they say yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So this is what we were able to find in the old section of the exhibit. It's in the back near the Tuscaloosa River itself. The section of it's called the Indian Village, right? It's the Indian Village. And when you go there, these were the depictions from the actual bones, the archaeology and anthropology. They made a reconstruction of that, and this is what you're able to find. Mind you, this is being very favorable because these people in here are darker than me. And I'm chocolate. And they were darker than me. And
It was coffee chocolate.
they had coffee chocolate, beautiful, rich, melanin chocolate, right? And that's what we were able to find back then. This environment here is not a controlled environment. We were able to see the flies and the wasp from the outside inside of the exhibit. And if you notice, you'll see that rug right there, and there's just dirt underneath this. There's some of these depictions where the heads are not supposed to be down. I repeat, the heads are not supposed to be down. It's the figures that are being exposed to the heat of 80 and 90 plus degrees, and the wax is actually starting to collapse on the structures. So the heads are starting to melt. Okay? This is the depictions of the black part, the oldest part of these exhibits. As we look here, we see the other depictions. Notice, see, the same effects. The same effects. All very, very melanated, very dark, beautiful. Easily you can identify with these people being connected to you ancestor-wise. Look at that rich. He's as dark as the brown right here. He's darker than look at this. Look at the depictions of this. right? Now, as we're looking at all of these, you can see how our head is falling off, the wax is falling off because of the exposure. We made sure to see what we were seeing. We got it even closer. See that? Falling off. This place back here, they would describe it like, oh yeah, that's way back there. That's way in the back. Because this is not the normal part of where they show the people how these people look. And then notice these were how they have these on the wrist. These depictions here on the wrist. Y'all see that? They were saying that they tried to originally had some shackles on these people as if they were enslaved. That's an indicator.
And you know, Ishmael, that came not back in the beginning when I first saw them.
Mm-hmm.
They had nice leather bands and jewelry that was found in the mounds used to be on them. Not that.
Mm-hmm.
The jewelry that's no longer on them.
Right.
When you get to Matthew.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll tell you what took place back in Genesis a little more because I want you to keep going, but I do want you to know there once was jury
Right.
on these people.
And notice there's no jury on here. These are the original depictions of the most ancients, not one iota of jury.
So how there's no jury on them and we run around for jury?
Right.
Where did they get the idea that they want jury from?
Right.
The anthropologists and archaeologists put in place what they saw that they took out the mounds.
What they took out the mounds. Right.
All right, go ahead.
And this is the Tuscaloosa River. This is the part that's right next to where we were just at. This is the Tuscaloosa. What does Tuscaloosa mean, G?
Black warrior.
Black warrior.
And I'm not gonna leave y'all, baby. Since she was young, she loved this part when I used to tell her about the Black Panthers wasn't supposed to have been a bad thing, because the Black warrior was the Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
And the Black Panther movement that was birthed in California had to come from back here, like me and my family say, because we always came back to here. And Tuscaloosa was known as the Black Panther, and Florida is the only place have the Florida Black Panthers.
Got you. Got you. Black Warrior River.
Mm-hmm.
Very sacred river.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very important. That was the Old Testament.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now this is the character who's responsible for the New Testament. This is Gray Hawk Perkins. I'll call him Gray Pigeon. So anyways, you want to give us a little bit of background or history on?
Greyhawk is also a person who come out of the Houma Indians in Louisiana, who are not federally recognized, but they are state recognized, and it's easy.
What state?
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
Oh, what state are we in?
We're in Alabama, West Florida, but Alabama.
But when we went to the museum, he was the head spokesperson for Moundville in Alabama.
Houma is across the river anyway.
Uh-huh.
It was not part of the West Florida that was brought in after 1808. So I don't even see how they get to say much of nothing without proving
What in
who
the?
they are. But they way over here.
Mm.
Kind of something people need to see.
Right. And what about all these people around him? And now y'all see how it changed up? I know y'all caught that, right?
Let me see if they caught it. Did y'all catch that?
Did y'all see the depictions in the new part? Because, let me explain this. When we explained the Old Testament, I said that they were exposed to all the elements, the heat, the flies, on the dirt. When you go to the new building, where the people go tour at, flat screen TVs, air conditioning, gift shops, and look at all of them Indians. Look how they looking. Don't you see Celine Dion over here? And don't you y'all see the same thing I see, right? So anyways, go ahead, man. Great picture.
Well, Gray Hawk Pigeon, whatever he is, because there's another name he going by too. What is that? Gray, what else he is? Not Gray Horse. What is he? He got another name he was using when he spoke at the base in Biloxi.
Mm.
I don't think of that one, but he have another name too.
Mm-hmm.
But he's an entertainer.
He's an entertainer.
He's a musician.
Okay, so now we back on the entertainer musician thing. Okay,
Yes.
but he's speaking about Muskogee culture in Alabama.
Well, we gotta look at. He's an entertainer.
Right.
He's from home. Thanks to you and Phoenix and Jamar, y'all should. If they didn't catch y'all, they need to go back and do their homework on Creoles and Cajuns that we were doing.
Right.
Because then they'll find out that a lot of Cajuns came through in more than one wave to Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
The Acadianas.
Okay.
But now these are the people who are depicted as Indians.
Got it.
And these people never mentioned about Bonfacade. These people never mentioned about Moundville, not even the ones in Oklahoma.
Right.
And if y'all remember, Tom Akeland, who is Greyhawk's friend, said those people didn't know y'all.
That's what he said.
He said, I went got the man that's the singer entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I brought all those people.
Y'all remember that? Remember Tom said that?
If not, go back and watch Tom Akeland.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the entertainer that he went and got. So Tom helped build Greyhawk.
Got you.
And yeah, a lot of sweet potatoes and eggplants in this here job. So I want y'all to understand, they not only tampering in Louisiana. I was showing Phoenix the other night that the Indian organization that was founded in the 1920 something and the one founded in 1940 something, you find the Homo Indians involved with the top lobbying organization in Washington, D.C. for Indians.
So a lot of moving and shaking behind the scenes taking place, and it's not a coincidence that this person is used as the point person or the spokesperson for what's going on here.
No, because they just, a couple weeks ago, Phoenix, give me the date so we can get that to Ishmael. They just had, and they do it with her all the time, Elizabeth Warren speaks and meet with these people all the time.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we know she pretend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Right.
But she's meeting with these people.
Mm-hmm.
But these are elected officials. Democrat or Republican.
Mm-hmm.
And Phoenix and I was just about 2 nights ago listening to that thing where they saying she said she was glad they came together. She was honored to be there with the Republicans to represent these people. That's what she said.
Right.
Am I correct about that, Phoenix?
Now, if y'all with us so far, let's see some flames up in here. Just let us know that you're with us so far. We don't want to go too fast. We don't want to go too deep. We want to make sure we all on this journey together. But that y'all with us so far with the old school, and now we're in the new school, and now we've identified the person responsible for the new school. That's where we at right now, okay?
Y'all see we still in that West Florida. And these people are connected.
Okay, so Tom is Batman, and Gray Pigeon is Robin.
That's right.
So now we clear.
Oh,
these
no.
cohorts.
They had that woman with him, though. What that woman was? What's her name was? You know, Batman, Robin, and what her name was? Don't leave out the little woman that used to do all this stuff.
Catwoman. All right, we gonna leave Catwoman out.
We got Catgirl in here somewhere. Come on.
Yeah.
Catgirl in there, huh, y'all? Okay.
All right, we identified the BFFs.
That sure is. Oh, I thank you from the back. I ain't gonna say who said it. I do know who Catgirl is.
Catgirl.
Catgirl works at the record department in St. Timothy Parish.
Oh. Oh, we need to make her popular too.
Yeah, that's his wife.
Okay, we're gonna name the names.
No, I'm just saying that's his wife.
That's his wife.
I don't even know. We know that's your wife.
That's great. Hawk's wife.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Robin's wife.
Okay.
I don't think Batman have a wife.
Go. So this is what I was gonna find so far when we were here. Y'all asking what my experience was, and we gonna make sure we. Now this, look at this. These were all displays here that have been gone.
We've been robbed some more, Amy.
I'm talking about not just one piece or two pieces. This is like about 4 pieces gone. I'm talking about.
It looked like Alexander Monday went through there.
50% of the displays are gone.
Through the floor. Alexander Monday. You remember the movies? See, we gotta go back to the movies. You know, they portrayed this
Yes.
stuff. So the museum been robbed.
Yes.
Now who got the stuff? Who got the loot?
50% of that museum is gone. Y'all not hearing me wrong. They have taken the artifacts out. As you look around here, we see more of the depictions.
Y'all
Since we on the P's,
come on.
it's an overabundance of pink people here in looking totally opposite of the ancient people that were depicted in the back, being exposed to all the elements. These are a totally different phenotype that we're looking at here. Y'all really, really need to analyze this and let that sink in because it's quite shocking. And he's giving the lectures and the speaking about the culture, and these are the depictions of who they're placing in front of the people. Look at this here. Myself and the camera crew, we call him the skateboarder.
That man just gets there.
I mean, how is this? These people look totally opposite of the people that you just saw previously, Old Testament. These people look 1,000% different. Mind you, when you go outside of this building right here, notice the skyline. Look at the lighting. You feel cold when you're in there because it's so frosty on a hot day. They serve you the
And they have lights in here. We don't have lights in here.
right. They have lights out there. They have lights in here. Everything's well lit. Video, pictures, wall depictions. Totally different. Mind, this is the same location of Moundville. They can't put you on the back of the bus far enough between the night and day dichotomy of what you were able to experience.
It's in the middle of a historical black community. Moundville is a historical, as people want to call it. That was a Black Wall Street of its time.
Absolutely. It's amazing. Look at those depictions there and the difference. Look at the adornments on the people. Notice you didn't even see a wristband on the people who look like us. And look at these depictions. Y'all see the difference? Y'all feeling me? This is what we were able to see.
Feel it.
Look at this. Look at this.
This is what I've been fighting y'all for 40-some years.
Look at the skies with the white hawk in the back, the featheries. Look at the mohawks. We don't get down like this. These people don't even, you can't even get the dominant traits from recessive traits. It's impossible for you to be Aboriginal to me because you can't make me. I'm going to repeat that. It's impossible for you to be Aboriginal to me because you physically cannot make me. These people are foreigners. Let's go.
Yo.
Look at all this, man. Look at the missing artifacts. Look at them.
But while they was entertaining, they sent some people like to fake and be the Shatta tribe. They sent people to fake to be the Shafanta to try to distract what I was fighting.
Yes.
And these people, they already know Grey Hall.
Yes.
Because they were in the entertainment world in New Orleans where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So all those people knew each other.
Right.
I didn't know them.
Right.
So what I'm trying to tell y'all got people on your pages telling I'm a Shatta, Choctaw. Y'all check them out because they might be the infiltrators trying to block the truth from coming out.
And I know y'all still see these backgrounds everywhere that we going. You're not going to see not one single depiction that looks even similar to the one that's right there by the Tuscaloosa River. You're not going to see one.
And you know why it's to the river? I was telling Ishmael, it's walking his way to the river to walk his way overboard. That's what's bothering me.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Ishmael a while back, so Ishmael is a place I try to keep very sacred.
Right.
But after Katrina, they some kind of way I come through here and they had done did what you see now.
Mm-hmm.
But they still had artifacts. I seen from the time I was here just in Ida,
Right.
Hurricane Ida come through, until today, I done seen more stuff missing.
More stuff missing.
And like I said, Alexander Monday from the movies, going Batman and Robin, I'm not bringing Alexander Monday.
Right.
He must know how to trip the locks, because the gate to this place be locked.
Right.
Matter of fact, it's 2 different security levels to get in here.
Mm-hmm.
And how does stuff get away?
Right.
So now we gotta go to the professor
Right.
at the university.
Right.
And y'all need to also ask. Y'all hear me? Homework.
I'm talking about these artifacts have
We
been
need to
raped and
ask.
pillaged and taken away, and we don't know whose hands that these artifacts are in. We were looking at empty shelf after empty
And you pay $8.
shelf.
I did it on purpose today. Normally I don't pay nothing to come out here and I go around. But we paid today for everybody so that we could have paid to sit here and do
Right.
what we are doing.
Right.
Okay? I didn't come here as Chief Warhorse coming to the village. I came here as cooking with Chief to
Yes.
serve up some history. That's total 2 different things.
Understood.
And what I'm finding so hurtful is I'm looking at people building their pages and getting hits and trying to be the top history person. I challenge you like I challenge the preachers, the politicians, and all the rest of them. Why would you take your page for your hits? I don't need the money that you get hits for, but we do need the people to be educated to where they need to focus their votes and their letters.
Right.
Because people need to be writing letters to see how is this happening. And politicians don't want to say this. I know I have some of y'all that listen to this, but I know I got preachers listening to this one because y'all told me. We need the preachers to tell the truth.
Right.
Remember the song Wake Up Everybody?
Yes.
It's time to preach a new way. It's about teaching
Mm-hmm.
a new way.
Right.
That's what it's time for.
Yeah, the world won't get no better.
So y'all play that song and meditate on it. I'm not playing it for you tonight. You play it. Meditate on it. Hear what that song was saying then, and that was in my younger days. We gotta wake up, everybody. Now, I'm saying this because I'm tired of hearing about this woke agenda. And then I heard somebody say that came from the black community. Them suckers so ignorant, they hear us say something, they interpret something else. They really just that dumb. You got educated news people like what wokeism is. Look, I'm scared of woke. Woke. Y'all know how long we've been saying wake up everybody?
Right.
These suckers that got caught on their word. Wokeism. What the heck is wokeism?
Right.
Do you know what wokeism is?
It's a concoction out of thin air.
That's what I think it is. Now, we brought you something that was not in here.
Right. We brought you facts.
The treasure is out of the case.
Right.
Facts. So it's time for the preachers. Stop letting these politicians use you. Because let me tell the people something. Or we with the peace now. Because if we people get together, get to the poll, we're going to vote the politician out and take our money out the pockets of the preachers. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We need to take our money and channel it into getting some air-conditioned building to put our history in.
Yeah, we really have to make sure. Now, there was one of the buildings back there as a part of the village that was blocked off.
Did I send you the picture of that one?
No, you did not.
Well, let me send it to you right now.
It's a blocked off one, and you can't get any access to it. Now, mind you, it's about like 5 buildings back there, and one of those buildings is blocked off, and it was one of the most sacred ones, Chief said, that this was one of the most sacred ones.
Prayer and burial.
And so not only did they have a limited space, but they even blocked off the space of the real Indians that were back there. Because you know they don't look nothing like the one that's on your screen right now. Those don't look nothing, and y'all know that ain't what no Muskogee Creek look like. No,
And every time they take stuff out for repair, it don't come back looking the way it was.
Right.
That's what happened to the front building.
Look at these bills. Look at this. Another empty shelf. Another empty shelf. Down here next to this, another vase right here. You see this something written that's supposed to be right here. Gone. All of these artifacts gone. Look at the difference. Y'all see the difference between both of these? See that one? Night and day. Is that right? Night and day. This one in the back, on the ground, darker than us, Creek, Muskogee, Choctaw culture, ancient artifacts, description and depicting that. And then you got skateboard Louie over here, surfer boy, with the Jordans on, draped in jewels, draped in feathers,
Clean.
clean, surrounded by vases and everything else in between, DV, high Dolby surround sound everywhere. This night and day is what I'm talking about. This one's in rags, naked.
Now,
How could you not be insulted?
mind you, Chief rolled in right today. Ishmael, I think he like rolling with Chief Phoenix, Mr. Waldo. He like rolling. We rolling right. They can't talk about us. So I had someone to meet me, my guest today, and my escort, and all of that. I'm gonna let Ishmael tell you who he spent the day with, and went through so that we can have the lawmakers know this is what's going on, and we ready to take action. Ishmael, give it to you again.
I don't know if y'all can see this one, but we had the elder Spiver Gordon came, and he was able to greet us and able to walk the journey with us from both, from the whole part of it. And he wasn't coming in the capacity of course, we know that he's one of the giants in the civil rights movement, but he came in the capacity of the legal capacity. And that was as, what was his title?
Constable.
Constable. Right, he's an Alabama constable, exactly. So he came in this capacity, and he's already assured us that we're going to be stopping what's taking place politically. We have a network of political allies who's going to work with us, and those who are good heart and good character. And those are the people that we do want to work with. And those are the people who are going to work with us in order to make sure that we are able to right this wrong. This is an injustice. We have a right to exist. We are not going to tolerate allowing our depictions to melt in the heat while simultaneously this bullshit is put in front of us. It's not going to happen.
We can't tell you where the artifacts at. Alexander Monday must have got them. I told y'all, they keep disappearing. But ain't nobody filed a complaint with the constable or anyone because he was pretty disturbed. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold a meeting. Phoenix, I'm here to tell you, Mr. Waldo, I've asked him to host a meeting here because he is a resident of Alabama. And I will come in and Ishmael will be back to talk to the elected officials. And Phoenix, I told him that I want to write some legislation through the people that's here with us in the civil rights. We have a lot of people over here already. Mm-hmm. But we need to write some legislation to protect the artifacts of Moundville. And this show is called Save Ancient Moundville. Mm-hmm. And we are going to start pushing that. And I challenge anyone out there who has a web page, if you like Chief or not, it doesn't matter. If you support Chief or not, it doesn't matter. But if you said your grandparents or anyone was American Indian, now's the time for the American Indian to have a movement.
Outside of that building, Chief, you really prepped.
me and
I had to.
oh, spot
I had to.
you told us that don't be surprised by what you're about to see. And as we walked in the building, because on the front it has, Tuscaloosa and
Black Warrior.
Black Warrior says out there out front. It says Black Warrior right out there. When you walk right in there. And I was like, well, Black Warrior, we know historically the way that Tuscaloosa is described. But don't take my word for it. Let's just look and see what this story is saying.
Because we saw this little shrimpy little pole looking white image standing up there that it didn't fit what I thought I would.
Well, Tuscaloosa, quote, was a man of commanding appearance, and though more than 7 feet in height, was so symmetrically proportioned that he might have been chosen as a model of manly beauty. He was taller than any of his people by more than a foot. But though his shoulders were broad and massive, his waist was slender. While his hands and feet were small and well molded, his eyes and hair were black as coal. His face was expressive and intelligent, but his mouth was large with teeth ivory white and fang-like, giving him the appearance of a cannibal. The depiction of Tuscaloosa. And that, a black warrior. It's a black warrior, exquisite, a specimen.
Black Panther, the baddest cat.
Sounded to me like he was describing Deontay Wilder. I mean, if you ask me, because I mean, we know how Deontay Wilder, he's from Tuscaloosa. And him being from Tuscaloosa, I think that's a very significant thing. Let's see what Deontay Wilder and his management has to say about.
What is the thing somebody saying? Look and act the same, no different in tribes. Come back with me. I didn't get that. I'm missing some words on connection on that one.
So we can get this going on here. Well, Deontay Wilder, we know what Deontay Wilder looked like, right? But we ain't gonna make no mistake. When I walked in, this is what I seen Tuscaloosa. How about that? We just gonna cut to the chase. They say that he Tuscaloosa. Now, he taller than him. This peon is taller. How are you Tuscaloosa? You supposed to be 7 foot tall, a foot taller than everybody else. And your flunky's taller than you are. And look how pale they are. This ain't no warrior. It's a punk. The woman almost as tall as he is. But this is what they're putting in front of the people. How would you not be insulted walking outside of a building that's as majestic and pretty as that building was, that had Black Warrior in the front? You walk in the front of the door and this is what the hell you see.
It hurts.
How could you not be offended? How could you not know that you've been robbed of your identity and copyright infringement from the get-go?
And put on the gang orders not to say nothing now, by law.
And trying to snatch down that you can't take no pictures when you in here. I mean, we was taking pictures everywhere. And film, and interviewing.
That's what I'm talking
Running amok. We get all the information. We exposing all of that. We disregarded all of that.
I wonder if some of the tourists came to like, okay, now they just told us at the front gate, no camera, no. Y'all know how people was looking like.
Break the rules.
See, they don't understand civil
Crime
rights.
scene.
Okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Cooking with Chief, we're going to serve this history up. So I called the constable to go to jail with me if I couldn't serve it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know he told y'all I called him, like, call
Yes.
him. Okay. So if I would have went to jail today, I had the constable. If the constable would have went to jail, we'd be on national news right now. On international news. See, they're not going to do it.
Right.
You hear me, Mr. Waldo? They smart. Because it would have been nice to hook me and him up with a set of handcuffs and march us out of Moundville through a black community and tell me how these people gonna come through that
How are we
black
not
community.
supposed to deliver this information to our people and to the public?
And it's sitting in the middle of a black community historically.
Right.
So we're coming back, guys, and we're challenging the elected officials.
I know it's hurtful. I see y'all. I know it's painful. I know.
Sometimes we have to get you a joke, y'all, not to cry.
Yeah, we feel y'all.
But you know what? We so powerful, it still don't make us do the stuff that people who say they so civilized do.
Right.
We're not taking it in our anger to take it out in a radical way, not a physical radical way, but we are angry enough and sick and tired of being sick and tired to be pissed off enough to expose it.
So as we walked inside of this nice air-conditioned venue, and we looked at all of these depictions and all the jewelry that was adorning them and everything, we always kept in mind that, again, we know the image of what Tuscaloosa looked like. Now, mind you, Deontay Wilder is 7 foot tall. He's 7 foot tall from Tuscaloosa, on the banks of Tuscaloosa. He is 7 foot tall, well proportioned, and a chiseled specimen. He's not this wax, whatever you call it over there. So we kept in mind what the truth is. We kept in mind what the Old Testament was telling us.
If what we saw in there today,
yeah.
If DeSoto would have ran up on there,
right.
DeSoto would have tooted behind us.
Right.
Might would have got one of them little boys here on the ship to do it for him.
They can't produce one of them in Tuscaloosa today. One of these. They can't produce one of them today. This man's still walking around right now in a Rolls Royce in Tuscaloosa right now. You can't, on the left, you can't produce that right now.
Now, this man got a muscle sitting on a muscle, wrapped by a muscle, tucked with a muscle. See, and they real. Right. They didn't even have a muscle on the things that was there. It looked like shit meals. So how do we go from I married, we call them hunks back in the day. My husband had muscles on top of muscles. He old and still got muscles. Mm-hmm. But it's something that brought me that speed that we saw.
Yes.
And to my, this is a thing, you know what you read just now?
Yes.
They had a hunk in that building.
Right.
No way in there.
No.
What you call that, a skateboard?
Yeah. Little skateboard Pete over there. Yeah.
That doesn't match none of the stuff. Now even the way Nadia said in Spain, it says when you shake 30 Indian hands from our people, that your arms was tied.
Right.
Well, they ain't shake 30
powerful warriors. Right.
Y'all getting what I'm saying?
I think y'all get what I said.
I like that. I like that. Now, how did we get that over there? Do you know, 6th generation away from a man like this still got the genes to have muscles like that?
So can we put it back on the screen of both of us over here, producer? So
what y'all saying? There goes somebody said, who that? There you go, Davina. Davina said, let's call it 12-pack. It's like, not a 6-pack. She said, let's call it 12-pack. There you go, Davina. And they just downgraded Tuscaloosa.
Right.
Made him look like Popeye before he eat spinach. You understand? So, they didn't even have roots in there. Okay? So, if we find a little white man running around looking like, because all of them, if you notice, is depicted off the same structure, hair stuff. Did y'all know that?
Same phenotype, that's right.
That might have was Greyhawk when he was young. I got to find a picture. Because I ain't seen nothing that go from that.
Right.
In our community.
Right.
You go from that to fat.
And like I said, if you notice, there wasn't one of those other depictions in the original versions, and there wasn't none of the original versions in that remix, whatever you saw later on. Not one depiction.
What ninja, y'all? They ain't had a ninja in the building. I was about to say something about that. Yeah, not Popeye before the spinach. Yeah, Popeye before the spinach. That's what I'm talking about. Even with the pipe. Didn't y'all see the pipe in there?
Right.
Popeye before the spinach. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I'm trying to laugh because it really hurted me because I was just here and some of the stuff that was in there is gone too. That place you pay $8 to count empty shelves. Okay? $8 a person. So, y'all have to understand, the so-called Indians that the political party, Democrat and Republican, have supported and wrote bills to make them have rights to have casinos that don't benefit none of our community.
Right.
It's the same people that's giving them the right to take stuff.
Right.
Okay.
And when I say like 45 to 50% of the artifacts are gone, it was taken by the University of Alabama. It was the University of Alabama who has taken those artifacts. They said that they took those artifacts and are holding them because they were deemed as funeral depictions. And they want to meet with the indigenous people before they decide on what they want to do. But they're not speaking to us. They're not speaking to those people that are in the Old Testament. They're not speaking to them at all. They're speaking to human people who have no connection to those mounds whatsoever. Unsatisfactory and not going to be tolerated.
So I wanted a legal person of law in Alabama. You know, when there's a theft, you need to call the police. I told y'all I call them.
Right.
I will call the FBI, the police, the constable, somebody.
Right.
Because when you get robbed, you gotta call somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But these people have a political connection that make them look like they legal with what they doing.
Right.
Because they can say that they are protecting this stuff by taking it from here, giving it to some people who already broke the treaty.
Mm-hmm.
Went against the United States, fought with the Confederacy. Okay? That's their second big mistake. First big mistake was they decided to go to Oklahoma because they didn't want to be in the United States.
Right.
We got to tell that story the way it really goes.
Yes.
Not the way the movie industry put it together.
Right.
The same people that want to call everybody anti-Semitic put us under anti-gay order.
Sure.
Okay? They don't want us to say, you're hurting my toe.
Right.
So they supposed to step on our feet and we don't say, ouch.
So what Chief is explaining, y'all, is that Oklahoma Indians are trying to maneuver their way into dictating policies that take place in Alabama. Mind you, in order for them to be recognized in Oklahoma, they had to sign agreements, aka treaties, in order to function as a nation in Oklahoma. If you're in Oklahoma, why in the hell are you in business outside of Oklahoma?
I'll tell you why. If you go to one of them pictures, I called them a while back and I asked them, why was their history where some little man looked something like the people in the museum was up there talking about this must be our ancestors somewhere back there in Louisiana. Okay, but why you don't know where Bonfacai is?
Right.
Because that's where those pictures came from through Bushnell.
Yes.
Those are my people.
Right.
Well, that's why they didn't know where Moundville was.
Right.
But remember, Tom Macon said, I'm the one who went got those people and told them about y'all. Because you wouldn't talk, he told me.
And who is that again?
This is Pierre Jose. This is so funny. He's my uncle on one side and my grandpa on the other. And look how he looked. Now, he don't look like them people in
That's
the
right.
New Testament either.
That's right.
But he do look like the Old Testament.
That's right.
Now, this is what's funny. He signed the treaty. And if y'all do your homework when I be telling y'all, and when somebody tell y'all we not who we are over here, tell them just go pull Article 14, research Andrew Jackson, research the Battle of West Florida, and stop calling it the Battle of New Orleans, because New Orleans went along with the Louisiana Purchase in 1803.
Yes.
So the battle was about us that was left back here that was brought in 1808 by decree by C.C. Claiborne and James Madison. Oops, another one, James Madison.
James Madison. I'm with you.
He the one brought us in by decree, leaving Britain and Spain, saying that wasn't right.
Yes.
Okay, do y'all homework. Now, we still in America because we got dual citizenship because they made an agreement with him that we have dual citizenship. Now, how is the people who done got paid and still getting paid out here trying to get what was left back here?
Right.
For those of us who could still, by the treaty, have our Indian rights out here.
Are y'all with us so far? What Chief is saying is that treaties like the Treaty of Dancing Rabbit Creek, those were designed for the Indians that remained in the ancestral homelands. If you were of Muskogee Creek, you may have been the Treaty of Fort Jackson. This treaty was for those people who did not go to Oklahoma. So you're in charge of being the caretakers and the lineage of those of the ancestral
And
homeland.
it says in the treaty, we have a right
Yes.
to still maintain our Indian tribal status
Absolutely.
simultaneously with United States status. These people in Oklahoma as a whole, did not become a part of the United States till 1909.
Yes.
Okay? Now, this treaty was before 1909. This treaty was signed at the same time the Dancing Rabbit Treaty was signed, and it is Article 14 within the Dancing Rabbit Treaty.
Yes.
The people who trying to come back and take stuff went against the United States,
Yes.
fought with the Confederacy,
They did.
and then lost their treaty
Right.
because they broke the treaty.
Correct.
So they don't have no rights to nothing out here. They
No.
barely back in because of Andrew Jackson loophole
Yes.
that gave them an opportunity to cry on. And the loophole should have been for Mr. Waldo in there,
Yes.
not for who's there now. Y'all hear what I'm saying?
And mind you, they're not even honoring the freedmen that were part of the 1866 treaties.
There you go. Now, so all these loopholes Andrew Jackson put in, they broke them down. Now here's the trick. These people only became Indians under Nixon.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all trust that? That's who say these people Indians.
Right.
None of those people were Indians with a tribe. They were white folks in Oklahoma till Nixon made a deal.
And the reason why you know that they're white folks at that time is because just ask them which one of their ancestors was affected by Jim Crow. Jim Crow was affecting the people with melanation. If your mother, grandmother, great-grandmother was not affected by Jim Crow, i.e. you were not, there you
That's
go.
why the Jews fought hard to be classified as white people.
Yes.
And nobody can do you nothing, y'all, for freedom of speech, and you can say what the Jews did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And if they come after you, you need to sue. Because in the United States, we have freedom of speech. I don't remember when the Constitution became freedom of speech for certain groups.
Right.
Because somebody used a lot of freedom of speech that hurting us today.
Correct.
Okay? And I'm not whoopee.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't scaring me.
Right.
Because I'll get a bullhorn. You can cut me off on here. Remember, I'm a bullhorn, civil rights, door-to-door, make a flyer leader.
Right.
See, you only hurting people that have to be seen. Okay?
And we, and of course, we know the nuances and the difference. We recognize the fact that Schwerner and Goodman, that they paid a great price as far as what they were doing, and that ultimate price was their life being taken. That's recognized. We
That's
also
one small
understand
group.
the element. We also understand the element that's a Zionist element that's pushing an entirely different agenda.
That's right.
So we can differentiate.
You
the
can't
differences.
group everybody to be in the same people. While some was benefiting, some was getting over. We have that in the black community. We have
Right.
that in the Indian community.
Right.
We have that in the Creole community. So why one group gets to cover an umbrella over all the rest of their people like none of them ever done anything?
Yeah, there's nobody that's above reproach, and everyone's going to be held
That's
accountable.
even in the word.
Right.
Okay? So if you got people that done did wrong under your race, they need to be exposed, no
Correct.
matter what race. People talk about, and we do too, Al Sharpton and Jesse every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Messy Jesse, absolutely.
So why we can't talk about anybody else?
Right.
Why would your money get froze in the bank because you said something or you lose a contract? Then that makes y'all need to think, who controlling the system?
Yeah, anybody can get that work.
Okay. What they gonna cut off my chicken feed? Shoot. And I'm literally mean chicken feed. So you can't buy feed at the store no more. Okay, well, then just eat some grass and worms and stuff, You have to keep yourself where you can speak. Okay? Now, and I think by now they try to cut off some chicken feed. Mr. Waldo go by and his name and send me some chicken feed. How Mr. Waldo? They're like, nah, this ain't chief chicken feed, this the chicken's chicken feed. See, y'all don't understand. We are survivors.
We got some other things that we're going to be working on while we're here in Moundville too, and we'll be adding some additional content to y'all. We got some more trips to take back.
Tomorrow we'll be doing
Moundville, right?
Tomorrow we'll be doing the Black History Museum,
right.
which is still dealing with Indian history.
Absolutely.
Remember Tuscaloosa, you know.
We got to work these laws on the background. So we got to get y'all familiar, bring y'all up to speed to what we're doing behind the scenes. Got some mighty things going on.
Now, how many of y'all would like to come to Moundville and start participating with exposing some of this stuff? And how many of y'all gonna spread the word? I'm gonna do this simple. If y'all like what we're doing right now, I see some hundreds already, but give me some hundreds with some hearts. And the enemy, when they come on here to check us out when we leave, you know they come out like roaches. When the light go out, they're gonna come in strapping around in the kitchen trying to see if they can leave something out and then wash the dishes. So can y'all leave them some loves and hearts? And can y'all say nicely to them that they welcome to have the crumbs that we need tonight? They can come through. Now, again, I gotta go to why I said I was proud. And I ain't meaning that other pride. I mean, I'm gonna do it another way. Honored to have Ishmael with me. Because they didn't mess up the word. You can't use pride and proud or none of that stuff. So I'm gonna just say it was an honor. But the biggest honor is it was still here and you was willing to come see it for yourself.
Absolutely right.
And I challenge y'all, you need to put your eyes on it if it's still here. It might not be here in about 6 more months the way it's leaving. They got to keep Alexander Monday out there, whoever Alexander Monday is, okay? And maybe Batman and Robin running through with him, I don't know, and Catwoman. Somebody getting messed up about their face. I was trying to walk around to see, I don't know if y'all saw it, I was like, do they have a hole cut in the ceiling that they come in at night or something in the ground? This junk has disappeared.
Right.
But you know, they never made a movie in Paramount or none of them that they haven't tried to bring to reality.
Right.
So when they was robbing museums and stuff with Alexander Monday, it's because they know how they rob museums around the world.
Right.
So what I want y'all to know is we need to act, and I'm going to say it for y'all right now. Politicians, black or white, it's time y'all do the right thing. Preachers, all of y'all, please return back the artifacts. Because the Jones Archaeology Museum was supposed to have been protected in 1933.
Right.
Through Theodore Roosevelt.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Yeah. Through the New Deal.
The New Deal, that's right.
And I'm here to tell y'all, it's not protected, and what else are we fighting for? Y'all saw we went through the same thing in Bonfica. You get the parks and the Tom Maitlands and all of them come.
Right.
And we need some laws, and I asked Fiverr today to help me usher in with some of the elected officials in Alabama a protection act for the back part mainly, and bring back our artifacts. They do whatever they want with Batman and Robin and them up there.
Yeah.
And skateboard giant.
Right.
But I also think they need to come and need to be funded to restore the stuff that was really there in the beginning. And somebody, whoever put it out there in that heat and let it melt.
Yeah, our depiction should not be those elements like that.
So
that's right.
Alabama is not Oklahoma. And the United States is making deals all in other countries. Come home. I challenge you. Come home. You done took people to Africa, even you black leaders. But you live here. You're not protecting nothing here.
Right.
But you ask for our votes as Indians. And we've been giving y'all our votes. But now we calling our votes to the table. And it's time y'all come to the table. Because even if you're black and you play in this game, we research it. And we're going to expose it too. We out to pull the sheet or the wool or whatever you want to call it and expose what's underneath the cover. So when you come into our communities, we want to know where you're staying. I'm also going to say this. As enough I got to fight as an Indian to prove that's us out there.
Right.
And I'm sick and tired of having to explain that I'm a woman. Because a white man want that too. Whatever a white man want, if he's in power and crooked enough, with enough crooked friends, and we can see it up there in Washington right now, just turn your news up. You can do stuff. If certain people, children, would do what these elected officials in Washington children is doing and what they are doing in the black community or the average poor white community, do you know where your kids would be? Locked up.
Right.
These people keep helping each other get away with crime. I'm not going to call his name. I don't know where to pull me in there. I'll just say this. What happened to the congressman in Louisiana when he found the money in his refrigerator, freezer? Bill Jefferson. I'm going to go back and call his name.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he go to jail?
Mm-hmm.
And was prosecuted?
Yep.
So there's a standard of law for crooked whites that's not there for crooked blacks.
Right. Right.
So do y'all black people understand it doesn't matter? You just still black. You can say you're from Africa, African American. You can say you Hebrew Israelite. You can say whatever you want. You can say you're more. Your behind still black.
Correct.
You can say I don't go by black. Man ain't gonna call me black. Your behind still being called black if you don't accept it to be called black.
Mm-hmm.
So you can live in your fantasy world, but how much do your fantasy world control your reality?
Right.
So all of this playing Indian on the internet. Why not join forces with your numbers and help get the word out before they erase the last part of black Indian history? So you know if they melting it down up here, they're not letting Mr. Waldo and them cross the river
Right.
to their heritage. What make these people that just woke up on the internet think they got a tribe and they're getting somewhere?
Right.
And they causing conflict amongst people more than healing. Y'all understand?
I'm with you.
So people gonna be running from them like I do. And I'm not just talking about the nuts that came at me. Because it's beyond a grocery list of nuts out there. From almond joy, candy they using them in, to putting nuts in the salad. So nuts is out there here. So don't get mixed up with that stuff. Yes, I do agree with the boycott. But those days are gonna come too. But if you know people in Alabama, you need to share this show with them.
Right. Share the show because again, what we're trying to do is bring the awareness of what's going on. They, like I said, pushed back our depictions as far back as they can. It's almost at risk of on a really, swell of the river. We don't know if that can be wiped away. It's not far away from the river at all, and it would be to their benefit for those depictions to be wiped away, and then it's problem solved. They're back as far as the river, as far as you can go.
Can't go no further.
So we have to fight in order to make sure that these depictions are being protected, and that's what we need to do. So we're bringing this awareness.
So if you know people in Alabama, reach out to them. If you're from Alabama, reach out to us. We need to contact the University of Alabama to see what's going on in Moundville. And we need to send a message loudly to the elected officials of Alabama to please protect the historical mounds of the ancient. Thank God today we was out there. Okay, we're going to call this show. And it ended up, I was like, save Moundville. And then somebody says ancient. We put ancient in that head right there. Me and Ishmael like, that's it right there. So, say ancient. That means we ain't talking about what's in that little room.
Right.
With Bernie Fife in there.
Yeah, we'll need the skateboarders.
No. We talking about the ancient.
Right.
Is that what's back there by the river? So there are several things we can ask Alabama to do. They got the money to preserve that and they didn't.
Right.
So we need to be asking Washington, what can we do to get the university to be responsible to get that stuff fixed?
Correct.
Because that's our history.
It is. We're gonna fight for it.
But they don't know. We have pictures and videos dating way back before these people even started. I'm gonna really go digging through some other stuff. I might find some gold mine because we used to come all the time. So we have pictures of what's been changed.
Yes.
So I'm not saying it as a threat. I'm just saying it as we got evidence.
Right.
So we can file a suit just like everybody else, but we are not gonna let them take what we see, let it melt down, and one building at a time keep shutting down.
Correct.
And the sign go, you don't shut down to fix, if you're fixing this and gonna put it back, the sign will still be there. And there should be a sign saying, out for maintenance.
Right.
That's not what it is. The sign is gone.
Right.
It's gone.
Right.
But they don't know we have a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know we can build that same imagery.
Right.
And Grey Hawk, I hope you're listening. Because I'm going to bring it on home to Moundville. Because that's still West Florida. We got to let them see what was at Moundville. If we got to create the facts that's out there to still put up and down West Florida. Okay? And you all can keep working with they all hooked up at the universities.
Yes.
As they friends. They must get backdoor pass or backstage pass or something to a concert for the entertainers. They got something going on between the entertainers, the university, and the politicians.
Right.
Okay? So performers, let me do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Performers and politicians. I challenge even the music industry, movie industry. Go back and look at the history of the stuff that you have done to damage the Indians here in Americas. Y'all heard me say the Americas. Because they messed all of us up in the North and South America.
Right.
We've been depicted wrong. That's the way they want to see us.
It is. And what it proves is that you have no connection to those people. Because if you had any connection to them, you would care. Your disregard and your disrespect is the proof that you're not connected to them. And the reason why it's painful to us is because we are connected to them.
When you walk in and you see your aunties and your grandparents,
That's correct.
and then when we look at reality of our community, we see just what they got them in.
That's correct.
Is what they wanted to keep our people.
Yes.
And when we come forward to
way
here,
in the back and
they want to see my grandchildren like that.
Right.
So you're going to pass the law that I can't say the movie industry, the music industry, the politicians, allowing them through paper genocide, through political genocide, to destroy us. But you want to make it look like Chief Warhorse crazy. You know why you tried to depict me that way? Because you thought people was going to run from me. I'm telling them, don't look at me. I told Ishmael, come see what I'm fighting for.
Right.
So you can see the enemy I'm fighting. And these little nuts that came around and different stuff, these nuts don't know nothing about history. Look, you understand?
Yes.
They want to be seen.
Right.
They should have been learning and getting involved to say something like I told them.
Right.
I'm going to tell y'all, you know what? Y'all exposed the techniques of the toll makers, which make it very easy. Y'all gave me the handbook. Y'all never understood. You know, remember I'm the one Kevin said did the book and Rudy. I'm the one who wrote the stuff that was used for preparedness. And those of y'all that know me always know I'm saying I'm gonna make something a model. Well, I watched what y'all did and trying to track to see what y'all did actually opened the door for us to find out what the toll makers in Oklahoma and everybody else did.
Right.
Because we wouldn't have to start digging into the bucket and the pot and mess around, went in there, thought it was a sheetrock wall.
Mm-hmm.
And, we were going to open the sheetrock up, found out they had a door, opened the door, found out they had a brick wall.
Right.
And you see, this is the way it goes, you just keep getting, and now they got an iron wall.
Mm-hmm.
And the iron wall is in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And now Phoenix over there, she got some kind of daggone drill and water pressure trying to cut through
Right.
the iron wall.
Too. Mm-hmm.
So what we saying is we coming. We're coming with the truth. And if you had maybe about another year, you might would have got away with it. You only had about 3 more buildings left. But the world gonna see what you're doing. And we don't need universities to rewrite our history. We need universities to write history, but they were put together to do just what you're doing. But now it's time we start putting the professors' names with the professors' works. And when we find the stuff that have did what it's doing, the damage,
Yes.
we need to ask that those things be brought out the university, just like they asked for Woodrow Wilson stuff to be brought out the university. So I tell you professors, some of your junk is fixing to come down. We coming at that. You know, y'all like to leave a legacy. I'm gonna help you leave it. Because you like to put your name on it. And you know what, he's so stupid. We going from one name to the next. They write their name on everything.
Uh-huh.
We finna sign off with y'all. Because we're gonna be back here with y'all tomorrow with a little civil rights. And stop talking about civil rights like it didn't help you. You got electric in your house. Let's do this. You have a house, I don't care if you own it or rent it. You have an opportunity to get a car, you got water, all this stuff, you have clothes. But Israel got a chance to see the way they want us to be.
That's right.
And if it wasn't for a few civil rights leaders, we may would have been still like that.
Right.
Because we were the one producing, but they were the one controlling on the end. So stop saying civil rights didn't do you some good. Tomorrow we'll get together with Spiver. We're going to be going to the Civil Rights Museum. Y'all can let us know what y'all feel about this whole sick, stupid situation that the government have allowed us to be put in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I left out the word greedy. And greedy situation. Now, this is what you do. Stay tuned in to Ishmael. I saw somebody say on their chief, we got to go through Ishmael and Phoenix. Okay, that's good. If y'all want to catch up with me about something, if you can't catch me from here, you know Ishmael and Phoenix and get it to me. But y'all always leave out Mr. Waldo. No, he'll get me too. Okay? But if you want to be a part of this, reach out to us. And when we're talking, we got so many fights, man. I'm over you say you have too many iron in the fire. Okay, so your birth. But let me tell you, we have a lot of iron in the fire. We have a lot of hands that's dealing with that iron that's in the fire. It ain't like one person and a lot of iron. We have a lot of iron in the fire and a lot of people fighting. Keep the numbers up. Y'all notice we're getting closer and closer to our 10,000 for the summer. And y'all give yourself a pat on the back. Thank you. Y'all keep them numbers up. Keep them likes up. We'll see you tomorrow with civil rights. And I'm going to let Ishmael say his closing words. But thank y'all for getting us a little closer to our 10,000.
Thank y'all for the part 1 support and this part 2 support. I want to thank y'all just for y'all hard work. You know, Urban Indian Heritage Society, Cousin Phoenix Moon, Mr. Waldo, just all of y'all. You know, y'all so beautiful.
Yes, they are.
Natasha and Davita and Nikki and just all of y'all. J-Mar.
If we don't say J-Mar, email, no, we're going to get
Oh,
us.
man.
They're going to get us.
J-Mar just did a drop on Clubhouse. Oh, my goodness. He got to put this in video.
We love you, J-Mar.
Absolutely. Doing an amazing job. And each and every one of y'all, just y'all beautiful spirits. Thank you for the 111 that are with us right now. You know, as we take this journey, we want to, take y'all each step of the way with us and let you know that we're here to support you, work on your behalf. I want to thank Chief Warhorse for allowing me to share part of the platform. Her spirit is just so beautiful, and I want to thank you publicly to let you know that I love you and I'm here to support you.
I didn't even know we was going to get to see each other personally this quick. You know that?
Right.
So you see, God works things the way He want to work.
I agree.
I told him we're gonna get in trouble together. Good trouble. We're gonna expose this.
Right.
Okay? And y'all, Phoenix and them right there, Davita, we know y'all there. Actually, y'all got to be so many of y'all regulars till I can't call all of y'all out. But love and kisses. Finding Out Feathers, I see you up there.
Yes, Finding Out Feathers. Absolutely.
We trying to remember
Dr.
all
Nolan. Y'all amazing. Y'all absolutely amazing.
We got Lord there. Some of these names I'm getting to remember y'all, okay? Y'all teaching me. So, but we love all of y'all. See y'all tomorrow. I know Ishmael and Jamar and Phoenix is going to just break this stuff down even more. When we do it in Alabama, it does not stop. This is not the end. This is the beginning. Peace and love, y'all. And hey, tell everybody, you can fight a fight and never, throw a punch with your fist or a gun. Chief always used to say, and I want y'all to do it, I don't need the gun to shoot my enemy, okay? I take my eyes and my ear. I load my gun and I shoot it with my mouth. And most time I never miss a target. And that's all y'all have to do. That's why you have to have peace. All right? See y'all later. Out of here.